Easy Explain, The Stoicism of Marcus Aurelius, Part 2 of 5, Meditation Books 1 through 3. So this is a pretty big task here to try to get through 3 books in just about 5 minutes or less. So let's just get right to it here with Book 1. Essentially, to sum this one up, he just does a lot of dedications. One I especially wanted to point out, especially coming off of the last series we have here, is he's calling out Epictetus. He gives a little shout out directly to him. But just a quick disclaimer, as far as we know, he never actually met Epictetus directly. This is more so a shout out to the influence that the discourses had on Aurelius and his Stoicism. And the he that he refers to in this quote is really his friend Rusticus, who gave him the copy of the discourses. But still, nonetheless, he is giving direct credit to the discourses of Epictetus. Moving on to Book 2. This one really helps to give us the context here of what Aurelius is doing, what he's facing, really being a Stoic Emperor. So he's telling us that he's actually out battling a Germanic tribe known as the Quadi. And he's as far away from Rome as what is current-day Slovakia. So he's definitely not just sitting on his throne, he's out there on the battlefields as well. But also in Book 2, beyond this context, we actually get a slogan of sorts, if we're going to say that the Stoicism of Marcus Aurelius has a slogan. We have all is as thinking makes it so. And this is a big motto of his. This is a big theme. We'll see it coming up throughout the meditations as far as the final book in Book 12. And where does this come from? He's really kind of clapping back at the cynics here. The cynics being highly critical, maybe a little pessimistic, maybe a little negative. And he's essentially saying for them, if you adopt this Stoic mindset, right, you're in control of your thinking. You can control your judgments and your rationale, and things don't have to be that critical and that negative and pessimistic. So we're going to see this idea. This is a very well put single sentence here. We're going to see this summed up in a lot of places throughout the meditations. And moving on to Book 3, again, we have some context. He's actually back home in Rome in a fortress known as Carnuntum. And here he actually gives us a longer passage we can consider here for the first time. And I'm not going to read this one out loud. But the theme here is that, we are in control of our thoughts. We do have the power of judgment. And that is quite a power. We should really revere it and take it seriously. It's a high power. It can lead to a lot of good things for us. Or at least it should lead to a lot of good things for us, as long as we're directing it properly and in control of it and using our rationale. And we can even tie this back to his slogan from Book 2, all is as thinking makes it so. So we can break it down that, thinking is, the power of judgment, thinking, is a very high power, and we should revere it. We should take it very seriously. And as rational beings, assuming that we are rational beings, we can direct our own thinking. And how should we direct it? Well, towards agreement, right? Good things. Again, he's kind of going against the cynics here. We should be making judgments for ourselves, for others, that focus on good nature, well-being. This can be applied to friendship and even worshiping the gods if you so choose. So as a quick rundown of Books 1 through 3, we're going to continue this theme next time as we move into Books 4 through 6. I hope this helps.